Dave is 70, and after a long, successful career, he finally hung up his work boots and stepped into retirement. He had grand plans: fishing, gardening, spending more time with his grandkids. But a few months in, something strange happened. Instead of feeling liberated, Dave felt lost, anxious. He wasn't alone in this. Did you know that studies suggest nearly 1 in 4 seniors experience a form of retirement anxiety? The sudden shift from a structured, busy life to an open, undefined one can be surprisingly jarring. The routine is gone, the sense of professional identity fades, and it's easy to feel adrift. Dave described it as a constant, low-level hum of worry in the back of his mind. He'd wake up without a clear purpose and find his thoughts spiraling. What am I supposed to do today? Am I still useful? These questions plagued him, casting a shadow over what should have been his golden years. He tried to keep busy, but the feeling lingered. That's when he stumbled upon something that didn't just help him cope. It completely changed his outlook. It wasn't some complicated program or expensive therapy. It was a set of simple, powerful tools he could use anytime, anywhere. Today, I want to share Dave's path to inner calm with you, focusing on 3 mindfulness tricks that brought the sunshine back into his life. These aren't just for Dave. They're for anyone who's ever felt that hum of anxiety and wished for a way to quiet the noise. First, let's talk about the most fundamental tool Dave discovered: the power of his own breath. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Breathing? I do that all day, every day. And you're right. But there's a world of difference between automatic breathing and mindful breathing. When we're anxious, our breathing often becomes shallow and rapid. Our bodies go into a subtle fight-or-flight mode, even if there's no real danger. This short-circuits our ability to think clearly and calmly. Dave learned to use his breath as an anchor, a way to pull himself back to the present moment whenever his mind started to wander into worry. Here's the simple technique he practiced, and I invite you to try it with me right now, wherever you are. It's called box breathing. It's easy to remember because it has 4 equal sides, just like a box. First, find a comfortable position, either sitting up straight or lying down. Gently close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Now, let's begin. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold your breath gently for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, exhale slowly and completely through your mouth for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finally, hold the breath out for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one cycle. Let's do it again together. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. You can continue this for a few minutes. Dave started doing this every morning for just 5 minutes before he even got out of bed. It set a calm, centered tone for his entire day. Whenever he felt a wave of anxiety during the day, maybe while waiting in line at the grocery store or when a worrisome thought popped into his head, he would return to his box breathing. It was his secret weapon. It told his nervous system, "Hey, everything is okay. We are safe." It doesn't solve the external problems, but it gives you the inner stability to face them with a clear head. It's a simple, profound way to reclaim control over your state of mind, one breath at a time. The second trick Dave learned was deceptively simple, yet incredibly effective. The art of a genuine smile, not a forced, polite smile for a photograph, but a real, intentional smile that you feel from the inside out. This might sound a bit silly at first. How can just smiling make a difference? Well, the science behind it is fascinating. The physical act of smiling, even if you don't initially feel happy, sends signals to your brain that can actually boost your mood. It releases feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which act as natural mood lifters. Think of it as a feedback loop. You smile, your brain feels better, which makes it easier to smile genuinely. Dave integrated this into his daily routine. He called it his mirror moment. Every morning, after his breathing exercise, he'd go to the bathroom mirror, look himself right in the eye, and give himself a big, warm smile. At first, it felt awkward. He felt like he was faking it. But he stuck with it. He would hold the smile for about 30 seconds. He'd let the corners of his mouth turn up, let his eyes crinkle a little at the sides. Slowly but surely, it stopped feeling forced. He started to notice the kindness in his own eyes. He started his day by offering himself a moment of unconditional friendliness. This small act had a ripple effect. He found himself smiling more naturally at his wife, at the mail carrier, at strangers he passed on his walks. And guess what? People smiled back. This created positive social interactions that further chipped away at his feelings of isolation and anxiety. It was a beautiful cycle, so I encourage you to try it. Find a mirror, look at that wonderful person staring back at you, and offer them a smile. Acknowledge the journey you've been on. Acknowledge your strength and resilience. It costs nothing, takes less than a minute, and can completely shift the energy of your morning and your entire day. The third and final technique that completed Dave's mindfulness toolkit is a practice called tapping, or Emotional Freedom Technique, EFT. This one might be new to many of you, but it's gaining incredible recognition for its ability to quickly reduce stress and emotional intensity. Tapping combines principles of ancient Chinese acupressure with modern psychology. The idea is that you gently tap on specific meridian points on your body while you focus on a particular issue or feeling. In Dave's case, his anxiety. By tapping on these points, you send calming signals directly to the part of your brain that controls stress, helping to rebalance your body's energy and restore a sense of calm. Dave was skeptical at first, but a friend showed him the basic routine, and the results were undeniable. Let me walk you through a simplified version. First, you identify the feeling. For Dave, it was often, "I feel anxious about the future." Then you start tapping gently with your fingertips on a series of points. The first point is the karate chop point on the fleshy side of your hand. While tapping here, you state the problem, like, "Even though I have this anxiety, I deeply and completely accept myself." Then you move to other points, tapping about 7 times on each while voicing the feeling. These points include the top of the head, the beginning of the eyebrow, the side of the eye, under the nose, on the chin, the collarbone, and under the arm. As you tap through the points, you just say a reminder phrase like, "this anxiety," or "this feeling of being lost." After a couple of rounds, you take a deep breath. What Dave noticed was that the emotional charge of his anxiety would just deflate. The thoughts might still be there, but they no longer had the same power over him. It was like turning down the volume on his worries. He could do it discreetly anytime he felt overwhelmed. Tapping gave him an active physical way to process his emotions instead of letting them bottle up inside. It empowered him, showing him that he had a direct hand in managing his own emotional well-being. It's a fascinating practice, and there are countless free resources online if you want to explore it more deeply. So, to recap Dave's journey, he transformed his retirement experience by incorporating 3 simple habits: mindful breathing to anchor him in the present, intentional smiling to shift his mood, and tapping to release emotional stress. What's beautiful about these practices is their accessibility. They don't require any special equipment. They don't cost any money. They can be done by anyone, at any age, regardless of physical ability. They are tools for self-regulation and self-compassion. Retirement, or any big life transition, can feel like navigating an unfamiliar sea. These mindfulness techniques are like your compass, your anchor, and your sail. The breath is your anchor, holding you steady in the present moment, preventing you from being swept away by the storms of what if. The smile is your sail, catching the winds of positivity and propelling you forward with grace and warmth. And tapping is your compass, helping you reorient and find your true north whenever you feel lost in a fog of emotion. Dave's story isn't about eliminating anxiety forever. Life will always have its challenges. It's about learning to relate to those challenges differently. It is about discovering that you have an inner wellspring of calm and resilience that you can access at any time. Dave is now thriving in his retirement. He's joined a local gardening club. He takes his grandkids fishing, and that low-level hum of anxiety has been replaced by a quiet sense of contentment and purpose. He still has his off days, as we all do, but now he has his tools. he knows how to come back to himself. So, if any part of Dave's story resonates with you, I invite you to gently and curiously try one of these practices. Start small. Just 1 minute of mindful breathing, one smile in the mirror. See how it feels. You have nothing to lose and a world of inner peace to gain. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope Dave E.'s story has offered you a little bit of inspiration and a few practical ideas to enhance your own well-being. If you found this helpful, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel for more content on living a vibrant and fulfilling life at any age. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Have you tried any of these practices before? Or do you have your own tricks for finding calm? Sharing our wisdom is how we all grow together. Until next time, be well, be kind to yourself, and take care.